For high school students, depending on mom and dad as a mode of transportation isn't always practical. So for many who don't have a driver's license, understanding how to use public transportation means a newfound freedom.
This is going to be our starting time.
That's just what this group of special education students was learning about at Tallwood High School.
Hampton Roads Transit stopped by to do a workshop with our students about how to use public transportation for disabled people.
The students learn how to read a schedule, purchase a pass, and how to get a transfer.
Face down, and then it's going to make a little noise.
The visit was part of a program to prepare the students for the future.
We want to enable them to do things by themselves, and that's what this was about, so that they can get a job, they can take a bus to their job, and have a life like everyone else. Go to the mall, how to use a bus to go shopping, to go to the doctor's office.
As part of the transition program for these students, learning their way around on public transportation means they can go further than they ever have before. And for one of those students, a donation means that he can get out of the house more than ever before.
2 cheers for Leland. Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip.
Meet Leland Phillips, a Tallwood High School student who is confined to a wheelchair. That's just one of the reasons that, for him, travel is difficult.
Very difficult. I do have a van, but I don't have a lift in the van, so I have to hand lift him into a chair, which is very, very difficult. And then he has a manual chair, which he hates to use, but we have to use it as necessary. Otherwise, we rent a van, because it's actually cheaper to rent than it is to hire out transportation.
But thanks to the Noblemen, a Virginia Beach-based philanthropy group, Leland has a newfound freedom.
And we were working on trying to brainstorm ideas on it, if we could get a lift for Leland's current vehicle, if we could get him some handy ride passes. And just us being involved with this, magic started happening, and one of the noblemen, John Kohler, had a van that we've gotten now, and it's right behind me. And this van was belonged to a friend of John Kohler's who no longer needs it, who actually passed away, and so the van is going to Leland Phillips now.
He's in. Ramp up.
For Leland and his family, it's not just a van, but a means of having a more normal life.
He didn't have a way to get to bonfires, to games, to dances at school, to any activity other than what he could do at school from a school bus.
But with the new set of wheels, Leland can now do what typical high schoolers do.
Instead of going, stay home, I can just go do everything. I go to the mall.
The van will be detailed by the Nobleteens, students from Tallwood High School who are following in the footsteps of the Noblemen.